There are many students here and also teachers are there. So in education something called concentration span. Now that concentration span is already over, so I will not take much of your time. I will just ask few questions and I will just try whether solution could be something wherein we can launch a few new programs. Now many students as well as teachers got prizes for their teaching aids. Now who got the first prize for teaching aid? Who got first prize? Huh? Sarvudai, you are the one. Huh? Arman Panchu, you are the one, no? Now I am just asking you, do you know, suppose now if you want to patent your teaching aid, what you have created on your own, do you know the procedure or do you at least know that there is something called patent and you can patent your work? You know patent, or you know the procedure?
I know procedure also, but not exactly because I have attended workshop on that IPR patenting workshop. So I have the idea of patenting.
Good. Who is the second one? You know how to patent?
No, sir.
Who is the third one? Do you know how to patent? No. So what I am trying to tell is your SCRT people that we have to take some workshop after this program so that all the teachers, whether you get the patent or not, it's a different issue. Please say, whether you get the patent or not, this is different issue. But at least you should know that your work can be patented and what is the procedure to get it patented. You get my point? Otherwise what will happen, that today it was just a mistake. By mistake it was told some other names for this name. But if you don't patent, then your work can be owned by anyone and say that this is my work. And then it will not be a mistake. So my second question is, I am asking this second question not to you, I am asking to Ghadi. Now this teaching aid. Now what will you do? You have given prize. Now first prize winner, second prize winner will go to at national level. However, are you replicating this teaching aid and providing to other teachers, or at least you are telling other teachers you replicate it and use it for teaching? So if we don't do that, then it will be we will limit ourselves for the competition, and we will not able to use it effectively to improve our quality of education. So if you want to improve our quality of education, we have to replicate not only the teaching aids but also other best practices followed by all the teachers or followed by the every institution. If we don't replicate, it will be only for the purpose of competition. Once competition is over, then this teaching aid, teacher who has created the teaching aid will also not use the teaching aid. So that is why I am saying that we have to replicate it, and not only teaching aid, all the best practices we have to replicate and implement in all the schools. And next question is, now there are many science teachers here. Now you are using NCERT book, isn't it? Right? So after every concept, there is definition of concept, and concept is elaborated, and there is one box. In that box, it is mentioned some experiments to clarify that concept, isn't it? Huh? Correct? Now, while explaining this concept to student, are you performing that experiment in the school? Hmm? No, all you are explaining? No. So let me tell you, you may not know this, but NCERT has put these proper blocks in every chapter and explain the experiment only to do the experiment and explain the concept to the student. That is why these boxes are there. And I was also not knowing that. My daughter used to ask me that why there is again box and same concept here it is mentioned only this is the experiment which is mentioned, but it is the same concept and experiment. However, each teacher is expected to do this experiment in the class and then explain the concept. How I could know this? Because I had been to Indian Institute of Science, wherein we have sent our science teachers from colleges. And there, for the concluding function, I visited their training institute of Indian Institute of Science, and there they explained me that what is the problem with the school education or higher education. And higher education, when we received the feedback from the teacher, science teacher, the first feedback was whatever practicals we are doing in the laboratory are irrelevant. Actually, we have to do the different practicals, and they told us, please send our BOS member for the training so that we design a syllabus in such a way and we explain the pedagogy and methodology, how to explain the concept through experiential learning. Experiential learning is nothing but to do all such type of experiment through simple method and teach the student the actual concept of the science or mathematics or any other subjects. Now, by now you must be knowing that NEP gives utmost thrust on experiential learning, but you may not know that this is the small things is known as experiential learning. So, there in Indian Institute of Science they told us that where we are lacking, that NCERT has given the box, but many of the teachers don't even know that they have to perform the experiment in the school, the same performance in the box, with their own teaching aids, and then explain the student the concept so that our quality of education will improve. Please understand that we may say that we have implemented national education policy, we have implemented this part of national education policy or that part of national education policy or any other programs, that whether it is Nigun or whether it is Panchakosha, only then we can say that we have successfully implemented national education policy when the student will feel that what education I was getting earlier and what education I am getting now, and there is a change in the system, there is change and there is improvement in the quality of education which I am getting now. And if we want to achieve it, then we have to achieve it, we can achieve this in proper implementation. And teacher is the main key person to implement that NEP. There is no substitute to the teacher. However, now with the new education policy and the changes it will bring in the education field, the teacher will have to prove its relevance or his or her relevance to the time. If you don't prove your relevance, then somebody else will substitute you. Many people ask me that whether this with artificial intelligence and robotics and robots, whether what will be the future of teachers? Future of teacher will be was there yesterday, is there today, and will remain tomorrow. But only those teachers will remain who will prove their relevance to the time. So you may know that in Pune Industrial Estate there was a big company or big factory called Kodak. Now I tell Kodak man, very old company actually. You किती करतात ते? What they were manufacturing? Camera film. आज असा ती फॅक्टरी कित्याक ना? So Kodak once upon a time were world leaders, all types of films they were making, whether it is for still camera or whether it is for cinematic camera, सगळं तरेचे cellular films, all films ते तयार करतात. जेन्ना डिजिटल वेव आयली तेन्ना तांकां खूब जाणांक सांगिल्लें की तुमी वचात आतां चेंज करचें पडटलें तुमकां. They said we are world leaders, nobody can change us. Now what is the fate of Kodak? Kodak is not there. And digital, सगळीकडे आता digital whether it is films or whether it is still camera, सगळीकडे. But Kodak is not there. So आमचो रोल कितें? एज्युकेशन डिपार्टमेंटाचो. एज्युकेशन डिपार्टमेंट तुमकां खूब सांगता किंवा हे करात ते करात नवे करात एज्युकेशन टेक्नॉलॉजी शिकात मूक करात मूक्स कोर्स करात किंवा यूज एज्युकेशनल टेक्नॉलॉजी इन बीग वे कित्या खातीर सो that you should not exit the system in Kodak way. तो कोडेकाची परिस्थिती जाला तशी तुमची जावची न्ही ह्या खातीर आमी हे करतात. जर कोणाक कोडेक जावपाचोच आसा तर आमचे कडेन कांय इलाज ना. पण तुमकां हांव एकच सांगपाक सोदतां की नवीन जे चेंजीस येत रावतले ते चेंजीस अशे तरेन येतात की तेन्ना तुमकां आपलो रिलेवन्स प्रूव करचो पडटलो. जेन्ना आमी म्हणटात की स्कूल एज्युकेशन लेवलीचेर ओवरऑल ग्रोथ जावपाक जाय स्टुडंटाची. फक्त स्टुडंट अभ्यासाकूच हुशार आसून उपयोग ना तर तेजो ओवरऑल कंप्लीट ग्रोथ जावपाक जाय. ती ग्रोथ तेन्नाच जातली जेन्ना टीचर तांकां तशें एक्सपोजर दितले. टीचर तेन्नाच एक्सपोजर दिवपाक पावतले जेन्ना टिचराक स्वताक एक्सपोजर आसचो पडटलो. सो त्या खातीर तुमी चडांत चड प्रयत्न करचे आनी भुरग्यांचें क्वॉलिटी एज्युकेशन कशें वाडटलें हें पळोवचें. That is why we are here. So today we have also launched in association with the Dhain Foundation, we launched this library in every house. So I feel that this will help all the parents to inculcate teaching habits in the child, as well as they can also take advantage of reading all those books. And then always remember that imagination is the key to invention. Einstein has said that you can invent anything only when you imagine things. And always any child, whether it is small child, it is always imaginative and curious. But we purposely destroy that curiosity and imagination. How we destroy? I'll give you a small example. When a small child looks at the sky, he will tell parents or teachers, see, there is a rabbit. See, there is a deer. But what usually we tell the child, no, it's not rabbit, it's not, it's cloud. How the clouds are formed? Then we explain them how the clouds are from the sea water, how it gets evaporated, and all these procedures. But at the same time, scientifically we are telling the same thing, it is correct. But then we are telling in such a way that we are destroying the imaginative power of that student or that child. That should not happen. We have to tell them that this is the way the clouds are formed, this is the science behind it. However, it is, if you see the rabbit there, then it is your imagination, it is your creative imagination. It will help you in creative writing or creative thinking, or for even science, to imagine things which are beyond beyond the invention so far what has been invented. Then only the child will think in creative way, in imaginative way. A small child, तो जेन्ना ल्हान भुरग्याक कितें ताट आनी चमचो मेळटा जेवपाक बशी कडेन तो वाजयता. तेका ताटाचेर वेगळो आवाज येता, पेड्याचेर वेगळो आवाज येता आनी खंय वेगळो आवाज येता म्हणून तो वाजयता. सो आमी कितें करतात, जेवपाक बसला मुखाड्यान जेवपी वाजयतात. But here he could sense the different notes. जे सुराक वेगवेगळे नोट्स लागतात, क्लासिकल म्युजिकाक किंवा खंयच्याय म्युजिकाक ते नोट्स आमी तेका मारतात तेगे अशें. So these are small things. I can use many examples wherein unknowingly we are destroying the creative imagination of the child. That should not happen. When we are teaching them the scientific method, it is the right way to teach the scientific method. But when we are teaching them scientific method, or when we are inculcating value education or any education, we should not kill their imaginative power or creative power. So with these few words, I thank organizer for inviting me here, and for you all patiently hearing my talk after almost 12:30. Thank you.